Hey guys, welcome back. As you can see, we are once again in Viridian City, and you may notice that we have a Pokemon with us that we don't usually have with us. Sudowoodo. Say hi, Sudowoodo. He's smelling a nostalgically familiar scent. Huh. He's never been here before, so I'm not sure why. So you might be wondering, why do we have Sudowoodo here? Unfortunately, you will have to be wondering that for a little while longer, because going to keep that one a little close to the chest for now, but suffice to say, it is all part of my master plan. Also part of that plan, we are going to be giving Sudowoodo a experience share. And I will reveal what I'm getting at here over the next few episodes. But for now, we are going to head south of Viridian, towards Pallet Town. I haven't seen one of those bridges for the maglev train yet, or the magnet train yet, so keep an eye out. And we'll probably say hi to Professor Oak, and then head south to Cinnabar Island, and battle the gym leader there, Blaine, the Fire-type Pokemon Master. Let's head over here. I'm not going to use a bike just because I enjoy the music. Get a Black Apricorn just in case. Now, in this generation, I'm pretty sure Blaine does not have any gym trainers. I know in Gen 2 he did not. Already beat that guy. I think I beat all these guys before when I was training. Just gonna double check as we go. So because he doesn't have any gym trainers, it's kind of unfortunate. But oh, here's a ace trainer. That should be fun. I figure I'll do some battles against swimmers or whoever we find on the way down to Cinnabar Island. Get ourselves warmed up and back into the swing of things before we face our 7th gym leader here in Kanto. Alright, Absol's level 47, not bad. Absol is a pretty cool Pokemon. I think we're probably faster, and we are. It's one I really like the design of, and it has a good attack and speed stat, but it is very frail, kind of like Sneasel in a way. It's cooler than Sneasel in my opinion. I've always just liked the design better. Mega Absol makes it a little bit better, but for a Mega Evolution it's still pretty weak, so I don't know. I kind of want to train one just at some point, but there are a lot of other Pokemon I'd rather train first. Now, Alakazam is very fast, and clearly faster than Leah here. So let's see how much this Psychic does. It might be worth using a Rain Dance. This would be a great time to get a critical hit. Otherwise, Leah may have to survive one more Psychic. Alright, well, since Alakazam is faster, I might as well use Rain Dance. It'll make me faster. I should have used it the first turn, but I was hoping being 7 levels higher, Leah might be faster. And I think he only had 2 Pokemon, but just in case he had more, we will now be faster than all of them. I did do another run through the Battle Castle. Is that what it's called? Yeah, Battle Castle. And a couple little things here and there. Some up to like 60-ish battle points. But I think I need like 160 if I want to teach Leah Outrage, Cherry Seed Bomb, and Rod Earthquake. As far as type coverage goes, let's just heal up real quick. Aerial Ace is actually almost as good as Earthquake as far as the combination, but at least I think it is. Hopefully I had the right toggle selected. But Earthquake has a much higher base power, so there's a number of situations where Aerial Ace will be super effective against Pokemon, but you're still better off using Close Combat or Mega Horn because of their high base power. For example, against an Electric type. No, wait. Flying is not good against electric. Against a grass type, like say you're facing Meganium. Yes, Aerial Ace is super effective, but so is Mega Horn. Or what else is flying good against? It's good against grass, bug. Bug would be good because bug resists fighting. It doesn't resist other bug though, so against a pure bug type. Let's just use Ice Beam. Against a pure bug type, you'd be better off using Mega Horn than you would Aerial Ace, even though Aerial Ace is super effective. It's only a base 60 power move. Actually, I am misremembering. We gave up Aerial Ace a very long time ago, didn't we? Shadow Claw is what I'm thinking of. There are a few areas where it'd be better to use Shadow Claw, but only a few. And in a lot of those cases, it'd still be better to use... well, I guess not, because Earthquake does not hit Gengar in this generation. Alright, Starmie is also pretty fast, but it looks like Leah is faster. I always enjoy facing these ace trainers because they tend to have very diverse and very powerful Pokemon. who know pretty good moves. Even TM moves, apparently. Starmie does not learn Blizzard by leveling up. But anyway, moral of the story, I'm pretty sure it'll be better for Rod to know Earthquake than it would be to keep Shadow Claw. For example, there are a lot of poison types in the game, and against them, you don't want to use your stab attacks, but Earthquake would be super effective. Unless it's Zubat or Golbat, but in that case, we have our Stone Edge. So this is the one area of grass where we do have to walk through. And there is a Sentret. Looks like we have some invasive species of Johto here in the Kanto region. We're not here 3 years ago. But at least as far as invasive species go, Sentret is pretty cute. And here we are, guys, Pallet Town, the place it all started, Red's house. Remember, we are not Red, we are, I guess, Gold is the generic name, or Ethan, I think, is the canon name. I guess Gold's canon, Ethan's like the default. You can trade Pokemon overseas like email. Isn't technology amazing? A pure white beginning. Ah, like a blank palette, I get it. I'm raising Pokemon too, they serve as my private guards. Okay. Let's start by checking out Blue's house. You remember Blue is the name they give the rival from Generation 1. Actually, I think in our playthrough his name was Joe. But he is not me, I'm a different character. Maybe I should have made them different names to keep that clear, but whatever. Blue is not here, but Daisy, his sister, is. About to have some tea? Sure, I'll be happy to join you. Oh, she can groom your Pokemon. Yes. The one I would want her to groom, though, is not actually here. So, let's, groom Leah. She's been doing some battling. Probably a little bit dirty. So, she will groom your Pokemon, I think, every afternoon between 2 and 4, something like that. Whatever afternoon time is. And that increases their friendliness by a decent chunk. And I think you actually have to do this a couple times before you can, well, hold that thought for now. Anyway, this is Blue's room. He is not home. And I'm not sure she'll tell us where he is. Nope, but she always has tea around this time. I'll be happy to join you, Daisy. Let's check out Red's house. Red is also probably not home, but his mom might be. There she is. Hi. Red's been away. He hasn't called either, so I have no idea where he is or what he's been doing. They say no news is good news, but I do worry about him. Yeah, he's only a 13-year-old kid, so I'd be worried too. Like, Red, what's wrong with you? Call your mom. I know he doesn't say a lot, being a silent protagonist and all, but, you know, really. Send her a text or something. I'm sure they have texts here. It is weird. We don't. There's emails, but we don't only get texts. Like, it's always a. I guess all of our calls are actually texts. But anyway, let's say hi to Professor Oak. Oh, the talk show is aired here too. I didn't know that. I am Joe. Oh, it's not live radio. Okay, that makes sense because otherwise I could be standing here listening to him on the radio, right? Oh, so much for being aired in Kanto and Johto. I guess maybe if you're closer to Lavender Town you can hear it, but I don't know. That could also just be a mistake on the AIDS part. You'd think of all the areas that would want to get Professor Oak's show, his lab would be one of them. Like he'd have his own cell tower or something. Alright, how's our Pokedex going? I haven't checked that in a very long time. Not that I'm too concerned. We have seen 249. That's pretty good actually, because there are only 251. Well, I guess we've seen some that are in, right, that are in Generation 3 and 4, so it doesn't really count. And 53 is not bad for somebody who's not trying to get the Pokedex. That's pretty darn good if I may say so. Ah, Joe, it's so good of you to come all this way to Kanto. What do you think of the trainers out here? Pretty tough, huh? Ah, you're collecting Kanto gym badges. I imagine that it's hard, but the experience will surely help you. Come see me when you get them all. I'll have a gift for you. Keep it up, Joe. How's your Pokedex coming? You've seen 216 and caught 51. I see. You're trying. I can see that. Alright, that's his nice way of saying do better. Interesting that you can have him see your Johto Pokedex, or the National Pokedex, or your, well, Johto Pokedex I think includes non-Johto Pokemon. National is all of them. Yep, we're still very new. And in some generation, I don't remember which one, email from who? Oh, Professor Elm, with a smiley face. Alright, glad to see they're talking about me and have nice things to say. Alright, into the water we go. But, what was I just saying there? Professor Oak, Pokedex. So yeah, in some generation, they changed it from having to catch all the Pokemon to having to see the Pokemon, which isn't quite as good of a motto. They also kind of dropped the motto where you don't really hear gotta catch them all as much anymore, because there's so many to catch, but I guess if there was a new motto, it would be gotta see them all. So you can find Tangela here. This is the one area to find Tangela in the original games, and it looks like some things have not changed. Tangela can be a decent Pokemon too, because it can now evolve into Tangrowth, which is a very good defensive Pokemon with a pretty high attack stat actually. Not the best speed, otherwise it would be an amazing Pokemon, but still very much usable. If you're looking for a good grass type and don't mind waiting this long, Tangela could be a good bet. We'll find one wild Pokemon and then or a wild trainer, and then I'll use some Max Repels. Oh, hey you! Will you help me with my sunblock? Don't tell me, you'd rather battle. Well, I'd be happy to help, but it's kind of hard when you're actually in the water. Usually you get out of the water to put on sunscreen. Pro tip there. Alright, so... I might want to switch out Leah soon too, because she is level 55 now, and I'd like to get all her Pokemon kind of balanced. Cherry's in the PC, but he is also at level 55. Otherwise, he would be a very good Pokemon to bring along this watery route. Because of course I imagine we'll be battling a lot of water types. Dugong, haven't seen one of them in a while. Now, they have decent special defense, so this might not be a one-shot. Level 42 though, so it'll be close. Or not. Brine. I think Brine does almost nothing to me because I'm 4 times resistant to water attacks, being water and dragon type. But I think Brine does double damage if you go second, so it's good on slow Pokemon. Or maybe it does more damage if your opponent has less than half their health left. It's one of those Gen 4 moves I always get confused. Personally, I prefer Surf, or if you have a more defensive Pokemon, maybe Scald. Yeah, let's switch things up a bit. And ironically, we're going to bring out Cian. But Cian does have Thunderbolt and Sunny Day, so I think we'll be alright. Is that Cameron? Yep, it is. Alright. So I guess Cameron is not Suicune, since we've captured Suicune, yet Cameron is still about, but that would have been cool. Alright, smile folks. Aw. Hopefully you get to keep all these in the PC. We'll have to go take a look at some point. Oh, he just said that, didn't he? Alright, while we are facing this fisherman, let me make a note to do that. And we have a Shelter. Let's use Sunny Day because I don't think Shelter's going to do much to us, especially in the sunlight. And that'll get us set up pretty well for the rest of the battle. Yeah, I don't know why Shelter used Aurora Beam and not a water attack. Maybe it doesn't know any water attacks. It did lower my attack though. Doesn't really matter since I have special moves, but an interesting side effect of Aurora Beam that people tend to forget about, myself included. I knew it had a side effect. For some reason I was thinking it confused you, but I must be thinking of Psybeam. How many of you guys remember using Psybeam and Psychic all the time in Generation 1? They seemed like the best moves back then since they were super effective against like everything and very little resisted them because Psychic was such a good attack type. And there are a lot of poison and fighting types in Gen 1. Alright, well we can't battle Cameron, so back into the water we go. That'd be cool if he had like a, I don't know, what Pokemon would Cameron have? Maybe like an Ampharos for the Flash, and maybe a Porygon for like the tech aspect. I don't know, not too many like photography-oriented Pokemon. Something holding a zoom lens, perhaps. Let's use Thunderbolt. Should be a one-hit KO on Farfetch'd. And there we go. So I did say that I was going to try to get our Pokemon to level 56 before facing the 8th Gym Leader, but I'm kind of going to backtrack from that a bit. I'll get them as high as they can, facing these trainers and facing Blaine. But at that point they should all be at least 55, so I think we'll be okay. It might be tough, but it should be fun. And I do want to make sure we finish up the Battle Frontier after that, and get our team in tip-top fighting order before we do the Gym Leader rematches, all 16 of them, then the Elite Four rematch, and then the most powerful trainer in the entire game. And a few other little fun things thrown in along the way. So even though the end is rapidly approaching, it should be a pretty fun end with lots of fun fights, one after the other. Alright, what about this fisherman? Nope, well, Calsurf, sure. We haven't found any wild Pokemon yet, not that I'm complaining. Oh, I can't... Oh, there we go. I can talk to him from the water, that's kind of weird. Tentacool, not a bad level though. If for whatever reason you don't have a full team, you might need a Tentacool against the next gym. But at this point you should probably have a full team and probably at least one water type. Water type I think is the most common type in the entire series, maybe normal type, but it's pretty close. It's also one of my favorite types because it's just a really good type competition-wise. It's only affected with super effective damage by two types, electric and grass. Corsola is doubly weak to grass, so let's get a sunny day going. Plus this will be a long battle. Hopefully that swimmer did put her sunscreen on. Wonder what the area of effect is for these moves. Okay, good choice. Water resists other water attacks, it resists ice types, it resists fire. I think that's probably it, but that's still a decent few resistances there. Missing anything else? I think that's it. And it's super effective against ground, rock, fire. It's not good against... It's okay against electric. It's not good against grass, water, and dragon. So, overall, a pretty good type. Hits most types for neutral damage. Oh, it resists steel as well. Always forget about that one. Another Corsola. Wonder if he's going to have more Corsola. That'd be pretty boring, so I hope not. There was something I wanted a Corsola for very early on. I forgot what that was. Was it like not Whirlpool? Yeah, I don't remember. There was some reason I actually briefly considered catching a Corsola for utility, but maybe there was a Hell item Corsola could have that I needed. I'm not sure what that would be. Alright, well it's a good thing we use Sunny Day, because Solar Beam will do a ton of damage to this Pokemon. I remember in the TV show Misty had a Corsola, and there was the, I think it was in the Whirl Islands, where they had the Water Pokemon tournament. That was really cool, and Ash and Misty both competed. I enjoyed that arc, which I forgot about until just now. But in addition to water being a good competitive type, it also has a lot of cool Pokemon. Gyarados, Lapras, Blastoid, actually a lot of the Blastoids rather. A lot of the starters have cool water types. Feraligatr is my favorite of the three Johto starters. Don't tell Cherry. Empoleon and what's the other one? Samurott are okay. Not great, but they're alright. I guess Samurott's probably my favorite of the three Gen 5 starters. Obviously, Greninja's pretty cool. Okay, so we no longer have Sunny Day going. I was a little worried about an Aqua Jet there, but it seems to be okay. Let's see if this is a one-shot. I think it is. So Azumarill has very low stats, but it does have an amazing ability called Huge Power, which doubles its attack stat. And remember what I said earlier, that when you double a stat, it's not the same as doubling the base stat, because there is a constant in the formula. Let's use a Repel before I forget. So Azumarill has a base stat of, or base attack stat of, say, 60. I don't remember what it actually is, but it's somewhere around there. But Huge Power doesn't double it to 120. It doubles the actual attack value. What is he doing? He looks dizzy. Shouldn't drink before swimming. Let's try to get in his path here. Alright. Guess it's good exercise, maybe? Um, so whatever 60 base power comes out to, doubling that is actually the equivalent of like 180 attack power, or maybe not that high, maybe 150. I'm not sure how the math works out. Alright, Quagsire will not take any damage from Thunderbolt, being part ground type, so Sunny Day it is. But anyway, moral of the story, it makes Azumarill a surprisingly formidable Pokemon. It is still fairly slow, so a lot of times people teach it like Aqua Jet and Swords Dance. I think you can learn Swords Dance. Or I don't think the Belly Drum is what I'm thinking of. So if you can get a Belly Drum off and then just Aqua Jet everything, you'll do a ton of damage. Anything that does not resist water or have a very high defense stat. Or have a priority move of its own. Alright, 55, good job, Cian. And Octillery. Octillery actually has a really nice moveset, but we probably won't get a chance to see it here. It can learn like Energy Ball and Ice Beam, maybe Psychic, obviously water attacks, maybe even like Power Gem. It's kind of slow though. It doesn't have super high stats. Alright, Sudowoodo's getting up there. Sucker Punch. Nah, I don't really care that much. Sucker Punch is a dark type move with priority, +1 priority, but it only works if your opponent used an attacking move or is trying to use an attacking move. Otherwise, it will fail. It's actually not a bad move on Sudowoodo because Sudowoodo is pretty slow, so it's nice to have a priority attack. But being dark type, it doesn't get stabbed, and I don't know. Just not the world's biggest fan. Then again, Sudowoodo doesn't have the biggest move pool, so maybe I should have taught him that, but we'll see. Alright, that was pretty easy. We should be getting to Cinnabar soon. If we're not, then I'll come back and face the rest of these trainers later, so we have time to face Blaine. But like I said, I think all of his trainers left. Did we face this guy already? Was he the spitting guy? Yeah. I think all of his trainers left due to the volcano explosion, so it should be just Blaine. It'd be really nice if in Gen 4 they actually gave him some trainers. I know in Gen 2 they did not. Alright, Lantern is not weak to electric, and it might even have an ability like Volt Absorb, where it actually cannot be affected at all by lightning moves. And it might even heal it or power up its special attack, so I'm gonna play it safe here and go with the Sunny Day. I'm thinking we'll probably use Olive for our battle against Blaine, at least to start. Since I think she is our last 54 Pokemon. And that way at least we'll have all of our Pokemon at 55 by the time we face the most powerful gym leader in the game. This Pokemon will be a good like 5+ levels higher than the other gyms we've been facing. Well, maybe not than all of them, but on average I'd say. And even once they all power up for the rematches, his are still quite a bit higher. Mantine is water and flying, just like Gyarados, so doubly super effective. And we have defeated Fisherman Gideon. Good job, Cian. Alright, we'll make this swimmer our last battle, and then I'll try to avoid others as we go on to Cinnabar. Are you not going to battle me? There we go. Apparently those goggles really impair his sight. His teacher from his swimming class had a face just like Apollo World. That is quite an insult. I want to use that against somebody. You suck, man! Yeah, well you have a face like Apollo World. That'd be like the weirdest insult I ever received. Alright, hopefully Golduck can survive Thunderbolt. Golduck is another Gen 1 Pokemon that never really got anything special, but it is surprisingly powerful. It's just outclassed by so many other better Generation 1 water types. Its one kind of cool thing is that it can learn some Psychic type attacks, like Psychic. But, speaking of Poliwhirl, otherwise not that remarkable. In Pokemon Go, back when I played, like that first summer, there's a waterfront near me, and I would spend like tons of time playing there. and catching Pokemon, and there were Psyducks everywhere, and they're actually real ducks too, so it made a lot of sense. But I must have like 100 Golducks in that game, or 50 Golducks, something insane. That and Slowbro, and Magikarp, but I don't have a lot of. I do have a lot of Gyarados, but not as many as I do Golduck or. I know I said do one more, but whatever. Already here. Because in that game, Gyarados requires 400 Magikarp Candy to evolve, whereas Slowbro and Golduck require 50. I didn't transfer any of them just because at that point it was like a collection to show like how much time I spent on the waterfront. It was kind of pros and cons. The pros were that I caught lots of Dratini, which was something I really liked. I had like 4 Dragonite before most people had 1. Of course now, once Community Day came out, then that kind of rectified that, but for a while there it was cool. And I had a ton of Gyarados too, which were also very powerful back in the day, before Kyogre came out. So the downside was I didn't get as much XP as people who would catch a bunch of Pidgey and Rattata and could get all that evolution XP, because catching Magikarp, or even Pokemon with 50 candy evolutions like Slowpoke and Psyduck, or Krabby, wasn't as efficient experience-wise, so... I never did hit 40 in that game. I think I'm at level 37, and I play very, very casually these days. Like at lunch sometimes I'll eat at a park near my work and spin some Pokestops, but even that's like less frequently recently than it was for a while. Ironically, I think playing this game has made me less interested to play Pokemon Go, because when I play it, it's like, sure, I have an Electivire and a Metagross and all these cool Pokemon, but it's just like not as good as the real thing once you're actually playing a real old school Pokemon game. The most exciting part for Pokemon Go, in my opinion, was that first year or so when you could exploring different areas and even like parks around me and nature areas I hadn't been to, and just the newness of everything and catching your first Pokemon of each species, completing the Pokedex. Alright, let's switch out to Olive. And I'm going to try to make it to Cinnabar, so unless there's any trainers I can't avoid, I will try to avoid what I can. Hopefully our repel doesn't wear off, it probably will. Oh, we made it, never mind. Alright. Cinnabar Island, the ravaged town of the past. So even though the volcano eruption appears to have been fairly recent, judging by the fact that the route from Fuchsia was closed, I'll have to go over there to do some training as well. Oh, don't want to surf. I was trying to find a hidden item, if there is any here. It seems to have recovered a decent bit. You actually, once you get rock climb, can go up there to see the volcano itself. Not much to see, but there are some items there, including a Magmortarizer, whatever it's called. Which luckily was there in my other Heartgold version, because I could find it to evolve C in here. As opposed to waiting until now, because obviously I don't want to wait this long to evolve my Pokemon. And who is this young fellow? Who are you? My name's Blue. I was once the Kanto champion, although it was short-lived thanks to Red. Anyway, take a good look around you. A volcano erupts, and just like that, a whole town disappears. We can go on winning and losing in Pokemon, but if nature so much as twitches, we can be overwhelmed in a second. That's the way it is, but anyway, I'm still a trainer. If I see a strong opponent, it makes me want to battle. If you want to battle me, for real, show me how many Kanto badges you've got. 6. You're not ready to battle me. So as you may have gathered, and you probably figured it out by now if you didn't already know, Blue, the arrival from the first game, has taken over from Giovanni as the gym leader of the Viridian City Gym. So, unlike in Gen 2, you do have to have all 7 of their badges before you can face him. He is the ultimate challenge here in this part of Kanto. I guess if you count the Pokemon League as being in Johto, which it's really not, but if you did, then he'd be the ultimate trainer in all of Kanto. But alright, we are here for a reason. And up, there's Repel. So I guess we have to go this way to find the gym. Or, well, there really isn't a gym anymore thanks to the volcano eruption, but Blaine is a dedicated Pokemon gym leader, so he's not going to let a little thing like a volcano stop him from doing his duty. It's kind of interesting to think about, too. Let's try to avoid that swimmer. Oh. Maybe I need to go up the north route, then. Okay. Oh, that's right. He's not on Cinnabar Island. I forgot about that. I'm thinking there was a cavern on Cinnabar Island where you face Blaine. Well, I did say we'd face him this time, so let's avoid these trainers. I might face them, I don't know, maybe off screen, maybe on screen. guess we have to face her. But yeah, I totally forgot. Blaine is now in the Seafoam Islands. It's not a cave on Cinnabar, like in the anime, which is really cool. Actually, that was one of my favorite episodes of the original run too, or of the whole show really, was Ash's battle against Blaine. That was a fun one. Charizard versus Magmar. But yeah, since his gym is gone, he has relocated to Seafoam Islands. I think if you talk to somebody in the Pokemon Center, they probably give you a hint about that. Oh, you know what? We don't have our full team. Alright. Sorry to make you guys sit through another... Nope, didn't mean to do that. Another minute or two, but... I think every gym leader so far we faced our full team, and I don't think we're going to need Cherry. In fact, Sudowoodo might be better against Blaine than Cherry would. But Cherry does know Earthquake, so that could be potentially useful. And I'd feel bad not taking Cherry along, so let's go ahead and switch out. Of course, I was like, maybe I can make it without another Repel. But alas, on the bright side we can get some XP from Tentacruel. And I will have to use some held items, or some bag items to heal up before we face Blaine. Alright, so Tentacruel was defeated. Yeah, if I knew he was over at, or if I remembered he was over at Seafoam, I might have faced one or two less trainers, because this will be a long episode, but so be it. I did say I would face Blaine this episode, and I'm going to stick to that. Plus, I'd like to do some other stuff next episode. So let's switch out Cherry. Nope, they should put move first. Nobody, like, I don't even ever use withdrawal or deposit, because you're going to do both. Why not just use the move tool? It's so much better in, like, every way. There's Cherry. Alright, so Sudowoodo's going to go back in the PC for now. And our Pokemon will be gaining full experience for a bit, since he still has the experience share. Okay, one more time. Actually, you know, while I'm here, let me just talk to those two guys, because I do think they give you the clue. Yeah, Blaine lost his gym. It's been a year. Oh, maybe not. That's kind of interesting. There's got to be some clue. A notice here, yeah. Cinnabar Gym is relocated to Seafoam Islands, Blaine. Yeah, I knew there was a hint somewhere. I think we do still have... Oh, I didn't heal, but... Are we pretty much healed? Yeah, I mean, we're missing a power point, but... I think we'll be alright. If it comes down to somehow missing one Aura Sphere, I will be shocked. Okay, made it past that trainer. I think he's down here. I see a cave. Hopefully there are no other mandatory trainers. Can I sneak past her? Probably not. Alright, so, oh, I probably could have gone around the other side. Oh well, sorry guys. I am in a hurry, I don't want a quick battle break. But I guess I have no choice. Okay, she only has one Pokemon, and it is weak to Air Slash. I don't know if Air Slash is a contact move. If so, I might have to use a Berry on Olive to heal her of a status condition, because I believe Shroomish has Effect Spore, which gives you a random status effect, I think. When you use a contact move, or has a chance of giving you a random status effect. Luckily, either Air Slash is not a contact move, or we got lucky there. Do I have to go through Seafoam Islands to get to the gym? What's this? Oh. There are trainers here. Okay. Well, as much as I really don't want to do this, I don't think we really have much of a choice now, because I don't want this to be like an hour-long episode, and I do want to face these guys. So, I guess you guys knew by the title anyway, this wasn't where we faced Blaine, but I tried, I gave it my best shot. So, when we come back, though, we will definitely face Blaine in this episode, as well as the rest of his new trainers here. Looks like his gym is quite a bit more substantial than in Gen 2, and more than I remembered, so thank you guys for bearing with me. Sorry we didn't get to face in this episode, but be sure to stay tuned for our next battle, or our next episode, when we definitely will battle Blaine.